this video, we're going to go over the triplet grids with singles based off of 5-stroke rolls. You need to have watched the previous video on doing singles based off of diddles to fully understand this, because I'm not going to break everything down. I'm assuming you watched these other videos. So the first variation pattern ends up being this. Let's try doing that with the check together. 1, 2, ready, and go. 2, 3, 4. That's probably the easiest of these. All right, the second pattern is this. 3, 4. So let's try that with the check. 1, 2, 3, ready, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that one's not too bad. And then the third pattern is the trickiest for most people, but it just, if you think of it the right way, it should not be so confusing. Let me play it first, and then we'll actually break this down a little bit. 1, 2, 3, ready, and go. So this might sound silly, but I think of this like a sandwich. Like visually, I do. Because you start the triplet with a diddle, and you end the triplet with a diddle. There's only 3 notes in the triplet, right? So you have diddle, single note, diddle. So for me, it's like a sandwich. It's like a piece of bread, a piece of cheese or meat or whatever, and a piece of bread. I visually kind of think of it that way sometimes. Another way you could think about it is if you had like a ball, and you had it in this hand maybe, and I don't have a ball around here, but, or we'll use the drumstick. It's kind of like the way that this works out. It's like you have the diddle, and you play it, and then you play it, and then toss it to the other hand. Then you play it, and you play it, and you toss it. We can call that tossing diddles, and I've heard people talk about it that way before. If that helps you think of it that way, if it doesn't help you, any method's fine, really, just as long as you understand what we're doing. So if we break it down one beat at a time, here's the first beat. Okay? So even though we're not playing the diddles, we're stroking the diddles out. So the way I'm thinking of it is still sort of the same way. Ba, 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 to get to the next beat. So beat 1 is... Now if you play beat 1 and beat 2 together, so... That's really what it is when you put it all together, and it's probably kind of one of those things you just have to work out slow if you don't understand me explaining it to you. So let's try it together. I'll count it off and we'll do it slow. Like 1, 2, 3, ready, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, go a little faster. 1, 2, 3, ready, and go. So let's try doing this whole exercise. We're doing all the check patterns and all the singled 5-stroke roll patterns for triplets. 1, 2, 3, ready, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, Sometimes people get hung up with the ending because they want to do this, but because the pattern crosses over each beat, it is 2.